The following matchup is presented and played with Hockey Blast Express, a product of PLAAY Games LLC, copyright 2023, all rights reserved. And welcome back, everybody, as we get set for game one of this new time frame between the 76-77 Montreal Canadiens, and the opponent is none other than the 86-87 Buffalo Sabres. And as you can see, the adjustments are already made, as we will take away one play save and one shot save star from the visiting goaltender for whenever Montreal is out on the road, and we will add a play and shot save star whenever Buffalo is out on the road as the visiting team for this time frame. Which I thought, why not? Why not? So as you guys can see, the voice is healing up a little bit better. It's still getting there, but bear with me as I go through one more of this time frame here, and we should be back to normal by the time we hit our next time frame. So with that being said, your starting netminders are for the game for today's game one is Ken Dryden for the Habs, and Jacques Cliturer, I hope I'm saying that right, for the Buffalo Sabres is in net for your starting netminders. And why not we get right into it with game one of this time frame between the Habs and the Sabres. Let's get right into it. A new clock has been refreshed right back to 1 hour. Without further ado, let's get right into it. Will the clock operator please start the clock? And we're going to begin with a home scoring chance of a 22. Visitor goalie must make a spec save. So again, Ken Dryden's spec save stays the same. So one or two will do so. Can't and the Sabres will get on the board. It is a 1-0 lead. And let's see who scored the goal. 6. Player with the best shot rating. Right now, that looks like it will be Mike Foligno for the Sabres, and 1 assist. It looks like we're going to give it to Dave Andrechuk as the Habs break the ice here in game one of this time frame and lead it by a score of 1-0. Visitor scoring chance of a 53. Home player in 3, that's Christian Ruutu. He stops a Montreal goal opportunity with a quality of hit or a square. Oh, yikes. Ruutu does not have hit, and he does not have a square. So therefore, it will be a game-tying goal for the Habs. And let's see who scored it. 7, player with the best shot rating. It looks like it'll be Jacques Lemar scoring the goal. And 1 assist will be handed out on the play. It will go to either Tremblay or Savard. I do want to keep that square out there. So we'll give it to Mario Tremblay for the assist on the Jacques Lemar goal. And we stay right here in the 5th minute. 2 goals have been scored. Any combination of 6, then of 6 goals, the segment will automatically end. We move on with a 2-4-3. That's a quality check between players 4 and 3. That's Tom Curvers, and Doug Reesborough. We're looking for speed. Both guys have speed, and we will move on to the next segment in this one. We got a quality check between players 1 and 4. That's Arneal and Savard. We're looking for skill. Both players have skill, and we move on to the next segment in this one. Penalty check between players 2 and 4. It looks like Will Payment and Rick Chartraw. Oh my, Will Payment will be heading off to the box as he has a penalty rating of 2, and Rick Chartraw is going to move in on Cloutier. If I'm saying that right, please correct me if I'm wrong. We'll move in for a play save to hopefully make a play save. A 2 or 3 with a dot will do so. Can't, and the Habs take the lead on a power play goal by Rick Chartraw as he scores the goal, and it will be 2 assists handed out on the play. Mahavlich, and we'll go with Roberts. So Chartraw from Mahavlich and Roberts are your power play goal scoring stat line for that one. And payment was used. Yep. So we move on. Home scoring chance of a 15. Visitor goalie must make a shot save. Okay, so instead of a 2 or 3 with a dot, Ken Dryden needs to make a 1 or a 2 with a dot to make the save. Can't, and the game is tied up at 2 apiece. Let's see who scored the goal. 8. Player with the best shot rating. That looks like it's going to be Robert Logan who scores the goal, and 2 assists will be handed out on the play. So we'll go with Phil Housley and Christian Rutu are your assist takers on the Logan goal. Oops, on the goal. Here for the game tying goal by Logan. We move on. Quality check, this time between players 4 and 1. That's Mike Ramsey against Maury Wilson for hit. Neither player has hit. Excuse me. And we will move on to the next segment here in this one. Oh, and it's an automatic power play goal for the Sabres. So whenever a 366 pops up, for those of you that are just tuning in, a 366 in Hockey Blast Express is a automatic power play goal to the home team. So let's take a look and see who scored the goal. 7. It's going to be player with the best shot rating out on the ice. That looks like it will be. Oh, I think I'm going to go with Mike Foligno. Mike Foligno will score the power play goal and 1 assist. How about we give it to Tucker? John Tucker. So power play goal from Mike Foligno, assisted by John Tucker, and the Sabres are up 3-2 here early in game 1. Visitor scoring chance of a 13. Excuse me. I do apologize again for the voice. The voice is still healing. So if you hear my voice crack, I do apologize. We got a 13 on the visitor scoring chance of a home goalie must make a play save. So Jacques Couturier will need to make a 2 or 3 with a dot to make the save. He can't. Game is tied. Game is tied up at 3. And let's see who scored the goal. 11. Second best shot rating. So Steve Shutt is going to be. We have a tie. Guy Lafleur and Steve Shutt are tied for the best. So the second best shot is going to go to Jacques Lemar. So Jacques Lemar will score the goal. And we're going to give 2 assists on the play. So Guy Lafleur and Steve Shutt will be your assist takers on the Lemar game-tying goal. And we stay put in this segment. Quality check between players 3 and 1. That's Adam Creighton and Bob Gainey. We're looking for power. Both guys have power, and the first period, an eventful first period, will come to its end. So, with that being said, as you can tell by the score, the Habs and the Sabres are deadlocked at 3 apiece as we head to the second period. With a visitor scoring chance of a 62 to begin this period, any home player with a circle prevents a power play goal. Oh no, none on the 86-87 Buffalo Sabres. They don't have a circle, so therefore it will be a goal for the Habs. And let's see what who scored the goal. 8, player with the best shot rating. So it's a tie between Riseborough and Tremblay. I do want to keep that triangle out there just in case. So we're going to go with Mario Tremblay, who scored the goal. And 2 assists will be handed out on the play. I think we're going to give Savard and Wilson the assists. So Savard and Wilson are going to be your assist takers here on the Mario Tremblay goal. And we stay put here in this 5th minute of the second period with a home scoring chance of a 64. Oh boy, home defense stop, breakaway chance. Visitor goalie must make a spec save. So 1 or 2 does it. Anything else, it's a goal. And it will be a goal. We are deadlocked at 4 even, a back and forth matchup here in game 1 to begin this time frame. Let's see who scored the goal. 4, third best shot rating. So the best out there is Payment. The second best is Rutu. The third best is a tie between Curvers and Paul Sear. I believe we're going to give that one to Joe Reekie. So Joe Reekie will be the goal scorer, and 1 assist will be handed out on the play. So Christian Rutu will assist John Reekie on the breakaway goal, as Ken Dryden was unable to make the spec save on that one. We got a quality check, this time between players 6 and 1. Anybody on the ice for the Sabres against Steve Shutt. And we want to look for power. The only guy on the ice with power is Payment. So we're going to go with a tie, as both guys have power. I almost said Payment. Both guys have power. And we will move on to the next segment in this one. Quality check between players number 5, that is Phil Housley, against anybody on the ice with skill. Pick your poison between Roberts and Gainey. I do want to keep 1 circle out there, and I do want to keep that circle out there for Gainey. So I think we're going to go with Roberts. Both guys have skill between Housley and Roberts. Both guys have skill, and we will move on to the next segment in this one. We got a quality check between players 1 and 4. That's Paul Sear and Rick Chartraw. We're looking for skill. Oh, Paul Sear's going to win that one, as he does have skill, as he moves in on Ken Dryden, hopefully to make a 3 or 4 with a dot to make the stop. He can't, and the Sabres take the lead courtesy of Paul Sear. Courtesy of Paul Sear's go-ahead goal. And 2 assists will be handed out on the play. It looks like Tucker and Curvers will be your assist takers on the Paul Sear goal. Home scoring chance of a 21. Visitor goalie must make a shot save. Okay, so Ken Dryden needs to make a 1 or a 2 with a dot to do so. He can't, and the Sabres extend. 6-4 is the score. Let's see who scored the goal. 10, it's second best shot rating. So the best out there on the ice is a three-way tie, I should say, between Anderchuk, Logan, and Creighton. The second best, I want to make sure 10. Yes, second best shot rating is going to go to either Ramsey or Reekie. Since Reekie got the last one, we're going to give it to Mike Ramsey. So we're going to give that goal to Mike Ramsey. And 2 assists will be handed out on the play. So Anderchuk and Adam Creighton. So Mike Ramsey from Dave Anderchuk and Adam Creighton are your goal scoring stat line for the 6-4 lead for the Sabres. We got a visitor scoring chance of a 23. Home goalie must make spec save. Oh, yikes. Jacques Letourrier will have to make a 1 or 2 with a dot to make the stop. And he does so. Wow. And we move, so nobody flips. So he does make the spec save, and we move on to the 20th minute with a quality check between anybody on the ice for the Sabres against player number 3, that's Doug Riesborough for the Habs. We're looking for Star. Nobody is going to win that one, so I think we're going to go right across from him with Christian Ruutu, as both guys, neither player has the quality of Star. So that's going to be it for the second period. And we have a score of 6-4 in favor of the 86-87 Buffalo Sabres. We go to the third with a quality check between players 5 and anybody on the ice for the between player number 5 and anybody on the ice for the Habs for power. Player number 5 is Joe Reekie, and we're looking for power. I mean, pick your poison between Gainey, Mahavlich, Chartra, and Bouchard. We're going to go right across from them, from Reekie with Pierre Bouchard, as both guys have power, and we are going to move on to the next segment in this one. Visitor scoring chance of a 25. Home goalie must make spec save. Oh, he did so before. Can he do it again? 1 or 2 with a dot to do so. Oh, and he can, and the game is within 1. It's 6-5. Let's see who scored the goal. 5. Choice player. So again, we're going to roll the red die with 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5. 6 is a reroll. Player number 2, that's Guy Lafleur. Guy Lafleur scores the goal, and it will be unassisted. So Guy Lafleur, unassisted goal, will bring the game within 1, and we stay within the 10th minute of the third period with a quality check between players, anybody on the ice for the Sabres against Rick Chartra for Star. Well, Rick Chartra is not going to win Star, so you might as well go for it with Phil Housley, because he's the only guy on the ice for the Sabres that has Star. So Phil Housley is going to win that battle as he moves in on Ken Dryden, who needs to make a 3 or 4 with a dot to make the stop. And he does so. So what a move that was for a risky move for the Sabres, hopefully to bring the game within 2 again. But nope, Ken Dryden did his job, keeping the game within 1. We move on. Okay, so whenever 6s are rolled, so again, it's a quality check. We're going to refer to the home side first. 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5. 6 is a reroll. Player number 1, Scott Arniel. Scott Arniel. He has speed and skill, and we're going to look 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5. 6 is a reroll. At Mario Tremblay, we're looking for skill. Both guys have skill, and we will move on to the next segment in this one. Home scoring chance of a 31. It reads, choice home player rolls for rebound goal using shot stars +2. You know, I'm definitely going to give that one to John Tucker. So it's close, but actually, I may give that to, you know what? Yeah, I may give that to Robert Logan. So he needs to make a 3 or 4 with a dot to score the goal. He does so. Robert Logan scores the goal, and 1 assist will be handed out on the play. So John Tucker will take the assist, and that will allow us to not go to the empty net mini chart, barring a goal score, unless the Habs can score right here within the next portion of the 20th minute. We got a quality check, this time between players 4 and 5. That's Curvers and Nyrop for power. Oh, Nyrop has power, so he's going to move in on Cloutier. Cloutier will move in, or excuse me, Nyrop will move in on Jacques Cloutier as he needs to make a 2 or 3 with a dot to make the stop. He can't, and Nyrop will score. It's 7-6 Sabres, and 2 assists will be handed out on the play. Mahavlich and I believe Savard. So Nyrop and from Mahavlich and Savard are your your goal scoring stat line for that one. Oh my goodness. We are already seeing another game of the project matchup right here, right now. Let's see if we can continue on here. Oh, and 555s, it's a fight plus a momentum shot. Oh boy, this is going to be huge. We got contenders. I'm going to go with Mike Foligno against Rick Chartraw. The bell sounds, and here we go. 2. Visitor lands a punch. Montreal 1, Buffalo none. High fight player lands a punch. If both guys have the same fight rate, both land a punch. Looks like Mike Foligno has the highest fight, so it's tied 1-1. 2-1 Montreal. 2-2. 3-2 Montreal. 4-2 Montreal. 4-3 Montreal. 5-3. I think it's 5-4 5-3 Montreal. 5-4 Montreal. 5-4 Montreal. 6-4 Montreal. And the referee breaks up the fight. So Rick Chartraw will win the fight and get a momentum shot. Can he tie things up? A 1 or 2 with a dot will stop it. 2 and a blank, that ties the game. Rick Chartraw scores the goal to tie things up. Wow. And we got ourselves we got ourselves a 9, which is going to be second best. Which is 2 assists. Lamar and Gainey. We'll go with Lamar and Gainey. Rick Chartraw, courtesy of the fight with Mike Foligno, scores the game-tying goal. Oh my goodness, what a game we are witnessing right here, right now. And we continue on. We got ourselves a quality check between players 3 and 2, which is going. Oh, Mike Foligno needs to flop. It's between Creighton and Roberts. We're looking for power. It looks like both guys have power, and ladies and gentlemen, we are going to sudden death overtime. Oh boy. Woo! So we will reset the stage here. And we will get started with the first period of overtime with a visitor scoring chance of a 55. Home player in 5, that's Pierre Bouchard. He stops a Buffalo goal opportunity with a quality roll of skill or a triangle. Otherwise, it will be a goal. Guess what, folks? The Buffalo Sabres are going to win this one. Stop the clock. Are going to win this one in the first 5 minutes of overtime, winning it 8-7. Let's see who scored the goal. 7. Player with the best shot rating. That's going to be Will Payment, who will score the goal. And there will be 2 assists handed out on the play. Sarutu and Curvers are going to be your assist takers on the Will Payment game-winning goal here in overtime game-winning goal. What a game. What a really back-and-forth, hard-fought game this has been. Oh my goodness. 8-7 the final as the Sabres go, as the 86-87 Buffalo Sabres lead this time frame by a 1-0 time frame lead. It took us a little bit longer than expected, but we got everything right. So with that being said, stay tuned for the Game 1 Biddy Bear game summary as well, presented by your favorite Biddy Bear products. If you choose to drink Biddy Beer, please drink responsibly. As always, it has a big taste at a Biddy price. It's Biddy Beer. And stay tuned for Game 2 coming up right after this.